Class, let me introduce you to your two new classmates, Jalka and Amaya Trinagara. As always, everyone was doing other things and some were paying attention, the usual. Before you go to your seats, I have some news for you, Jalka. The teacher looked at me. Oh no, this can't be happening. Jalka, meet Marlecio, the student you asked about before coming in and after coming in here. I remained completely silent. I don't know her at all. My sister, surprised, turned to look at me. I didn't know what to say. I was also blank. I quickly looked up because I felt Haruka or Amaya appear in front of me. The one who appeared in front of me extended her hand with a smile.
I'm Haruka. Nice to finally meet you, Marlecio. You don't know me, but I do. I hope we can get along.
I have no idea what the heck is going on, but before I can even think of what to say, he's headed over to say hi to my sister.
Oh, you must be her sister, Hanae. Nice to meet you.
My sister remained completely silent as she watched the twin. I looked across and saw Amaya walking to her seat while briefly observing her sister. Now I could tell the difference between the two twins. Amaya has pure red hair, while Haruka has blonde hair. Since they both have shoulder-length hair, it was easy to spot this difference just by knowing each other's names. Noticing our silence, Haruka calmly returned to her seat. I didn't notice or feel any negative emotions, she remained the same as she had a moment ago. Even so, and despite not wanting to get too involved with them, this was very strange, and I'll have to do something. I can't leave things like this. I'm sure even my sister wants to know how those two know about us. Now that the presentation is over, let's start the class. The teacher continued teaching his normal class. Nothing else happened after that, and everything continued as normal. I didn't hear anything from Haruka and Amaya again during the 3-hour class. They both sat quietly in their seats. After a while, it was time for a break. Once the bell rang, my sister looked at me. We both didn't look at each other and used one of our skills to communicate mentally. It's incredible to see how useful it is. Since it was one of the hardest skills to learn and master, it took us 4 years to be able to use it properly. I'll go talk to Jalka, you take care of Amaya.
Okay bro, I'll take care of it.
We stopped using the ability and waited for a few seconds, secretly waiting for Haruka to get up. Once she got up almost at the same time as Amaya, I teleported in front of Haruka. She wasn't surprised at all. I grabbed her hand, noticing that she didn't put up any resistance, and I ran out of the classroom with her. I'll leave the other sister to you. I ran for a while until I reached an empty classroom. During the run, she didn't say or do anything, and as always happens here, the rest of the students didn't do anything. Even I've had to be an observer. Grabbing someone's hand and running with them to an empty space is also common in these types of schools. When I arrived at the classroom, I opened the door, entered with Haruka, closed the door, and quickly placed her against the wall. Although just in case, I moved her to the other side of the wall, away from the door in case someone heard us. When I finished moving it and putting it on another wall, he smiled at me.
So this is what you do with the new ones. Where do we start? The shirt or the pants? Which ones should we take off first, Marlecio?
First, ask me that when we've known each other for over a year and we feel something mutual, and second, who are you and how do you know about me? I kept an eye out for anything he might do. I didn't put an aura on the door, but I don't think it's necessary this time. I noticed Haruka start to smile and speak calmly.
As you know, I am Haruka Trinagara, Amaya's twin sister.
I already know that recently, but what are their intentions?
What I want is something simple, be my sister's friend.
Of all the answers I could imagine, this one wouldn't have occurred to me in 1,000 years or even if I repeated the day 10 times. Besides, why me? I still don't understand. Let's say you're right. Why do I have to be one of the many students there? And that's not even mentioning the many identical schools there are on both planets.
That's because there's only one person like you.
I still don't understand. Let's say you're right. Why do I have to be one of the many students there? And that's not even mentioning the many identical schools there are on both planets. I still don't understand, why does it have to be me? Suddenly she came closer and kissed me, hugging me by the neck. I teleported back surprised. I noticed a glow in her and saw how the figure of an adult woman appears in front of us, but it is as if it were a shadow. I did not notice anything else about her, except that Jalka smiled and walked towards me, while the shadow disappears and the glow coming from Jalka's chest goes out.
Tell me, Marlecio, how does the blessing of lightning or thunder work?
That question is a bit strange. The blessing of lightning or thunder? It's more than clear that it's the blessing of both, but why would that be important now? The blessing of lightning or thunder allows you to control all types of electricity, as the name implies, including producing and manifesting it. So far, this is more or less what I know about that blessing.
Correct.
It seems I've guessed right. It's been helpful to study various types of blessings. But still, what does that blessing have to do with it? Jalka, stop playing games and answer properly already.
Excuse me, you see, I needed to enroll my sister and myself in a school like this one that doesn't assign homework and is very lenient with absences or tardines. And since this is the planet of schools with the descriptions he gave, it's convenient that it will also find a boy who matches the one he was looking for my sister and myself. It took me a week to convince my adoptive parents and my sister, but it was worth it.